Hey, what is up YouTube? It is your boy Joe Crave 50X, and today's video is going to be something new. We're starting a new series called Build a Hero, and today's hero that we're going to be featuring today is my character Tezza. Tezza is my first Namekian character, and he's pretty much going to be the leader of the gang, and he's going to train all these new recruits to be the very best hero they can be. So today's episode is going to be fairly short. It's going to be a simple introduction of the series and an introduction to Tezza, which is our hero teacher or mentor, if you want to call it. Tezza is level 65. He's one of my main characters I use, and I just like the Namekians. They look really cool. The character design looks really dope. That's why I chose him to be pretty much the leader, the mentor. And so yeah, let's get into it. So what this series is pretty much going to consist of is I'm going to build a hero, I'm going to go throughout the game, and I'm going to level him up. And while doing that, we're going to unlock moves that seem heroic, or skills that seem heroic, to make our hero the very best hero they can be. So without further introduction, let's introduce our new hero, Majin Mucinex. Now, the reason I gave him this name, my girlfriend saw him and she was like, your character looks like the Mucinex guy from the commercials. Like, you know, that's fine with me. I should remake him, which I did. His original name was Majin Zex, but I remade him, changed his name to Majin Mucinex, so I can pretty much do a Majin create a character video as well in the process with this. Now, what many people don't know is that the size of your character also determines pretty much their hidden base stats, such as if you have a small Majin, he's not going to do much damage, but he's going to be fast, and he's going to be faster with key attacks. If you had a bigger Majin, he's going to be slow and bulky, just like someone in real life. If you fight a big bulky guy, he's going to be slow and strong. If you fight a small guy, he's going to be quick. So pretty much the same concept applies with this game, which is really good and neat that they added something like this. And right now I'm just making Majin Mucinex. I'm gonna speed the video up some. So while the introduction is pretty much playing, which is the same cutscene you get for whenever you make a new hero, I'm gonna talk about, if you hear something barking in the background, that's my new dog, so don't mind it. I'm going to talk about the fact that this game does not have much longevity unless you're one of those people who's just constantly grinding, trying to unlock all the skills, trying to constantly build heroes, test out builds and stuff like that. So if you're not one of those people, I would not recommend you buying this game, because it's going to feel kind of repetitive and boring once you beat the story mode, which makes sense. Or if you have no one to play it with, it'll just feel boring and repetitive, which also makes sense. You're not playing with anybody, you're playing it alone, solo, so it's not going to be as fun. Now let's say you had a group of friends that you played with, doing expert missions, going on parallel quests, fighting / training with each other. It would be fun. It would be amazing. It would be very enjoyable, actually. But sadly, I'm one of those guys without friends. I choose not to add anybody from the community, but I'm probably gonna do that simply because I need more friends. All my friends play 2K and Gears of War, which I'm not too much a fan of. But in case you guys don't know, and if you're new to the channel, who this guy that is currently fighting Frieza, one of the most notorious Dragon Ball Z villains, this is Bardock, Goku's father. For many of you who don't know this, Bardock was featured in a special for Dragon Ball Z back in, I think, 1997 or something like that. It was early on, but he's pretty much one of the most popular characters in the Dragon Ball Z series because of, well, he's Goku's father. And what is Goku? Well, Goku's currently a god. So if you gave birth to a god, then clearly you had some kind of potential yourself. Now, with that being said, what they did, they took a page straight out of Dragon Ball Z Online, or Dragon Ball Heroes Online, and brought us Time. What was his name? Time Quest Bardock, Time something Bardock. It was pretty much a version of Bardock that was turned evil thanks to Toa and Mirror, and they made him a lot stronger, thus giving him the ability to transform into Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, and achieve all the Super Saiyan states currently available to us in these games. Now, with that being said, at the end of this cutscene, you'll see Bardock turning around, And that's pretty much like, okay, they showed us Lord Slug, they showed us Turles. Those are 2 movie characters, if you didn't know. And again, if you're new to the series, Lord Slug and what's his name, Turles, they're pretty much villains from 2 different movies. Turles being the Tree of Might, and Lord Slug being, what was Lord Slug movie name? I don't know off the top of my head, but both of these guys are villains, both from different alien races. Turles being a Saiyan and Lord Slug being an Namekian. He actually had an ability to turn into a giant, which made him very different, and he was pure evil, which no Namekian had really been before King Piccolo in the series. So when the Lord Slug movie was introduced, it was around the time of the Frieza arc, when we found out that Piccolo was actually from a distant planet and not an Earthling, and this, that, and the third. Turles came out around the time of the Tree of Might. I don't remember. It came out before the Lord Slug movie though, and I think it was also around the time of Namek, or right after Goku had beat Vegeta. So his power level was fairly up there. And just a brief history on the characters. I just wanted to go over, and if you haven't seen the movies, I highly recommend you go watch them. They're both really good. You can go watch them on plenty of websites that pretty much have animes and anime movies on them, or you could simply buy them off the internet. But if you're one of those people who don't want to purchase a movie that you're probably only going to watch once, then I recommend you find any anime website that streams movies and episodes, and go in there and look it up, and you can find it, or YouTube it, whatever. Now what we have here is a starting cutscene between Hercule and Majin Buu. And for many people who don't know how the Majin race came to be, well, Majin Buu actually found one of Hercule's naughty magazines, so to speak, and he saw what was going on. He was like, I want to replicate this. And so he pretty much does that, and that is how the Majin race was generally started, because originally Majin Buu was just a demonic entity. He was a demon, made of nothing but pure evil energy, and that's how he was pretty much made. That was his soul being. He was pure evil. There was no changing him. And yeah, that's why Goku or anyone else couldn't reason with him during the time, at least Kid Buu, that is. But Fat Majin Buu, he was different. He was calm, and he was gentle spirited. He was a happy character. He was a happy natured being, simply because of the absorbs that Kid Buu had obtained before reaching that level. When he became the Fat Buu, he had absorbed one of the Grand Kaioshins. Well, I don't think it was a Grand Kaioshin, but he absorbed one of the Kaioshins, and pretty much the Kaioshin looked darn near identical to Fat Buu, minus the fact that he had a little blue mohawk. But other than that, he looked almost identical to Majin Buu, thus giving him the form and appearance of the Fat Kai, along with his already pink body and the antenna. So, enough about Majin Buu. We're finally about to start our quest as this hero. We're landing in Canton City, flying through the sky, and first things first, before I started anything, I wanted to set my skills and change my clothes. I wanted my character to look as heroic as I possibly could get him off the top of my head. So I went ahead and gave him the Majin Buu cape, because I mean, what hero doesn't wear a cape, right? So I gave him that, and I left the scouter on him, and I didn't really change anything else. I just wanted him to have that cape. I want to get the Great Saiyaman mask, simply because it's like the only mask in the game, and it looked pretty cool to have a hero with a mask on. But I'll have to wait to unlock that or find it somewhere. But in the meantime, guys, if you're interested or you hyped for the series, hit that like button, comment, tell me what you think, and tell me what race you like to see or what you'd like to see from this series. And as always, it was your boy Joe Create 50X, and again, I hope you enjoyed the video. We are out. Peace.